Samus is dead. Let me explain. Upon further analysis of the 2 trailers and the demo Nintendo has given us so far for Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, the game seems to be leaning into its title of Beyond a bit more literally than many of us initially realized. The Metroid Prime series isn't a stranger to the paranormal, the spiritual, the metaphysical, the beyond. We've got Chozo ghosts, Federation trooper zombies, the dark demonic Ing, the Luminoth, and now the Lamorn. We'll get to these guys in a bit. Metroids themselves are even known to siphon off the very life essence of their victims. And if you look very carefully when Samus is in Morph Ball, she isn't some contortionist crammed into the fetal position as she's rolling around deathballing the homies. In Metroid Prime 2's frankly underrated split-screen multiplayer mode, she's actually a condensed swirl of ethereal energy inside that deadly little hamster ball. But what happens to Samus's life essence when she answers a distress call from a Federation research facility and comes face to face with the Galactic Federation's most wanted, shockingly deadly rogue bounty hunter Sylux, as he's stealing an ancient alien artifact with a purple aura? Boom! Her life essence leaves her body in the wake of the artifact's blast. Life support systems critical. Now hold on.
I can explain.
This artifact is prominently featured in the logo for the game, and if you've been introduced to astronomy or you're a sci-fi nerd like me, you'll recognize the distinct resemblance it has to a black hole. Now, black holes represent some of the greatest mysteries of astrophysics and quantum theory. We have strong evidence that suggests they're created by collapsed stars. But it's impossible to see beyond a certain gravitational threshold known as the event horizon. This is where they bend the very fabric of space-time. Their gravity is so intense, not even light can escape their pull. With no light reflecting back, we can't see the event horizon. So, there's no chance of Samus, Sylux, the space pirates, these pirate-made Metroid clones known as Mocktroids, or anything else escaping a blast of black hole energy. Samus is dead. Or at least dying. Think about it. Samus has been all over the galaxy hunting space pirates. She's even crossed over to the mysterious Dark World dimension of planet Aether in Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. Where hasn't she gone? What hasn't she explored? The afterlife, the great beyond, the event horizon. That space between spaces that keeps us all up at night in existential wonder and dread, mostly dread for a lot of us. That light at the end of the tunnel where life and death become inexplicably linked. Where
the threads intertwining beyond space and time are beginning to weave a new tale.
Just listen to the music, guys. The music even sounds like we're at a funeral during the entire last minute of the March Nintendo Direct trailer for Beyond. But in case you remain unconvinced, here's what we know so far. Samus mysteriously teleports to a strange new world called Vuros early in the game. She's got purple gamer LEDs now and has this new third eyepiece added to her visor. A super important detail. Vuros is home to an incredible looking jungle environment with a massive tree at its heart. Not only is it a visually striking set piece in the distance, but it's also definitely a reference to the Tree of Life archetype, like the one mentioned in the Garden of Eden, in the Jewish Torah or the Bible, Yggdrasil in Norse mythology, or the Tree of Kalpa Vriksha, I hope I'm not butchering the pronunciation there, in Hindu texts. There are also a lot of other religions, philosophical writings, and cultural myths that reference all kinds of trees with fruits that give the gift of immortality. Needless to say, Retro set this tree as a central focus in Vuros for a reason. Even the organic design of the buildings and all the rich vegetation really give you a Garden of Eden type vibe. The giant temple in the distance is set on top of a mountain, towering over sprawling clouds of mist. A tree of life? A temple high on a mountain? In the clouds? If that's not evocative of the afterlife and metaphysics, I don't know what is. Because it exists beyond space-time, Vuros is, or was, or maybe always will be inhabited by a mysterious ancient alien race called the Lamorn, as we see right here. Get it? Lament? Mourn? Lamorn? Yeah, Samus is dead. Welcome to the funeral. Meet the beings in charge of the ceremony as they lead Our Lady of Perpetual Hunting, Samus, through the pearly gates. Unless, of course, it isn't yet her time to go. Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. The most striking image we have of the Lamorn is the game's key art from the official Nintendo Japan website. These guys look like my last 3 brain cells after waiting 17 years for this sequel, as of the making of this video. Honestly, it's hard not to have an existential crisis of my own just dwelling on that fact. Anyway, the Lamorn are massive in the background, and they're aligned like some sort of trinity. Stylized angelic statues lining the path to their resting place. The 3 of them may be separate, as they loom mysteriously above Samus's helmet in the key art and the game's box art, but their 3 eyes likely function in a single united vision, a vision they've chosen to give Samus, hence the 3rd eye. After all, this Lamorn refers to Samus as the Chosen One and says we place our faith in you, in a fictional alien language that sounds incredibly soothing. His ghost is purple, just like whatever energy is swirling around inside Samus's suit, and he's standing in front of a large sculpture that resembles a lotus flower bud. Now, the lotus flower is another loaded detail, as it's a central symbol of Buddhism, signifying rebirth through struggle and adversity. Some historical art pieces even depict important figures who achieve the ultimate state of enlightenment, also known as nirvana, emerging from giant lotus flowers. In addition to helping Samus find her way to rebirth, the Lamorn and the artifact are definitely the source of our favorite space bounty hunter's new set of psychic abilities.
But why were these powers bestowed upon Samus?
In all kinds of books and movies and TV shows and anime and games that feature characters with psychic abilities, we'll often see them communing with ghosts, spirits, and other entities of, you guessed it, the beyond. Many of these fictional characters get these psychic powers after some kind of being dead for 2 minutes type experience, like Samus's run-in with the Lamorn artifact here. And time is definitely not on her side. There's psychic puzzles with clock hands, there's clock motifs sprinkled all throughout the Lamorn's temple structures, and even the last few bars of the main theme song for Vuros ends with grandfather clock chimes, a slowing tempo and off-tempo instruments creating a distinct musical arrhythmia. Much like the coronary arrhythmia Samus is experiencing as she lays dying on the floor of the smoldering Federation research facility. Basically, her heart is giving out, and the music is strongly hinting at it. She's dying, she's running out of time, and even if time doesn't end it all, there are plenty of enemies who want to put the final nail in Samus's coffin in these trailers. Sylux is the big one here, making his first dramatic entrance since Metroid Prime Hunters in 2006.
Actually, his last appearance was in the secret ending to Metroid Prime Federation Force, where he stole a Metroid egg from the Federation Strong.
We do not speak the name of that chibi-fied mess of a game here. It wasn't even made by Retro Studios, it was made by Next Level Games. Besides, there's nothing dramatic about sneaking into a room and tapping your smartwatch a couple times. Now that is dramatic. Even though Samus ends up in the Paradiso of Vuros after a giant psychic explosion, it wouldn't surprise me at all if we eventually had to fight Sylux in the Inferno of Beyond, which is probably where these Hellspawn crawled out of. Ugh. The March Nintendo Direct trailer specifically refers to these creatures as abhorrent, so it's not likely they're native or endemic to Vuros. The new guided psychic beam weapon in the trailer is used to dispatch 3 bigger versions of them in quick succession. But something tells me this isn't just for funsies. I mean, just look how quickly Samus can take out the small ones with basic power beam shots. No. These big guys are definitely the kinds of puzzle enemies that regenerate unless you take them all out in very quick succession. Like the Shadow Beasts in Zelda Twilight Princess. They even have a similar look about them. They even move in similar ways. These guys definitely crawled out of the fires of hell. We also see plenty of the usual suspects: space pirates, elite pirates who achieved their rank by agreeing to undergo horrific body mutations, mock droids, and the Carvex? Okay. Now, the Carvex is interesting because up to this point, all of the lotus flower imagery we've seen in the Lamorn's art and architecture has evoked a feeling of serenity and calm. But introduce Sylux's Mocktroid parasites into the mix, and we've got ourselves a lotus flower nightmare similar to the Flogra from Metroid Prime 1. Something tells me that Sylux is going to be using his little Metroid clone minions to create all kinds of trouble in Paradise. But to what end? Why would Sylux risk plunging into the Beyond himself? Well, that brings us to Samus's ultimate 3D nemesis, Metroid Prime, aka the Dark Queen herself. Now, I know what you're thinking because I've also been gifted with the Lamorn's third eye. Dark Samus? Really? But there's no way she survived this, or this. Oh, she didn't. I'm fairly certain Dark Samus gave us a loud death screech at the end of Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. I've been streaming that game lately, by the way. Subscribe if you'd like to join me in saving the galaxy from the corruptive scourge of Phazon. But in the Afterlife, death isn't quite the end, is it? This may be wild speculation, but my theory is Sylux wanted the artifact in the first place so he could revive Dark Samus, continue the Space Pirates' Phazon research, and exact his final revenge on the Galactic Federation for wait, why does Sylux want revenge on the Federation anyway? So there isn't any specific reason given. He just hates Samus and the Galactic Federation and wants to obtain ultimate power to destroy them. I'd say Dark Samus fits the bill, and I'd love to see Sylux descend all the way down into oblivion just to obtain it, as Samus chases after him in a mad descent akin to Dante's Divine Comedy. That's where Dante's Inferno is from. Most people know about Inferno. The Divine Comedy is a collection of, 3 different things: Paradiso, Purgatorio, and then Inferno is the last one. But anyway, I digress. And what better way for Samus to insulate herself from the fires of hell than to don her very own black and red hell suit? Oh, it's so freaking cool, guys. I want to go to there so bad. It borrows from Dark Samus's chest plate design. It even follows the skin patterns of those weird demon mutants in the rainforest and on the bridge, only it's red and not orange. Plus, it's like the old saying goes, hell hath no fury like a woman who gets blown up by black hole energy, goes on a long spirit journey outside of space and time only to be reborn more powerful than ever. That is how the saying goes, right? Is that how the saying goes? I don't know. If I were a betting man, and I'm not, I mean, look at me, I'm a pink knight. I'd be willing to bet we even get an angel suit later on in the game. And I also predict it's going to rival the design of the best suit ever to grace the Metroid franchise with its warm, miasma-warding glow, the light suit. Let me know in the comments what your favorite Metroid power suit is and why it's the light suit from Metroid Prime 2. Go ahead, get those keyboard fingers going. I'll wait. Done? Comment sent? Good. The Metroid Prime games are long overdue for this sequel, and I can already tell that the absolute legends at Retro Studios, along with all the incredible talent they managed to poach from every corner of the best parts of the AAA gaming industry, have put so much thought into just over 30 minutes of footage that we've gotten for this game so far. Samus is 100% dead though, guys, and I cannot wait to follow along as she claws her way out of the jaws of intergalactic oblivion when this game lands. I'm SirCrossPad the Pink Knight, by the way. Like the video. You got this far. I'm gonna go play some Metroid Prime 3 to prepare, and hopefully I'll see you guys during the live streams. Toodles.